Today, Kevin and I are going to be making this Dr. Oetker. This is a new Spectacular Science Squashable Jelly Bubbles Cupcake mix. I'm going to be making the cupcakes, and then Kevin is going to do the science part. Imagine that, me not doing that part. This was sent to us from Eleanor in the UK, so thank you to Eleanor. The reason it's open is because there's no instructions on the outside at all. So like the directions for how you do this, it tells you what you need, like so that you know when you get home you're going to need butter and stuff like that and milk, but you don't have any clue like what to set your oven to or anything like that. So we opened it up to get the directions. So this is how it looks when you open it, and it says fun activity sheet. And so the science behind your jelly bubbles, so it tells all about how it works, and we'll see if we can get the bubbles. I have full faith that Kevin will get this to work. So anyway, it says like number 1 is preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is like 356 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm doing that right now. Put the cupcake cases into the tray. So let's take everything out of here so we can see. We have cupcake cases. Ooh, look, fancy stuff. Huh?
Pipette.
A pipette. That sounds like, you know, like the pipette.
Like science stuff, huh?
Well, no, I was thinking a singer, the pipettes. So this is your...
it says baking mix.
Baking
second
mix.
to the bottom.
Yeah, baking mix. After you get through all those languages.
Yeah, literally.
This is your buttercream mix. And then these look like things Kevin's going to use.
Yeah, that's what came. That's where the instructions were.
Okay, so this has a bubble mix, orange and green and I'm assuming blue or something.
No, there's just 2.
Just 2.
The other one's a mix you drop it into.
Okay. So we're not going to use the buttercream. We're not going to use these, and we're not going to use our pipettes. We're going to put those over to the side. And so we're going to put our cupcake tins in our pan. And I will tell you right now, I am going to spray some of these. Do you know how many this makes?
6.
I think it makes
or
more
12.
than
I'm
that.
sorry,
It makes 12. So I need to get out my bigger pan, and I'll be right back. And magically, I have a new pan with all these little, and these will go down, don't worry about it. I'm going to spray, it does not tell you to spray them. I have Great Value, which is Walmart brand vegetable spray. I'm going to spray the end of the 3. So just like that, I'm going to spray, and we'll leave the other ones without spray. And so we'll show you how that helps when they come out. If you've never seen one of these videos, cupcake videos before, but spraying really does help. So what you want to do is you want to mix all this together. Let me tell you what you need. You need 50 grams of soft butter. You need 4 tablespoons of milk, and you need 1 medium egg. And basically you're going to pour all that in the mixing bowl, and you're going to mix it for 2 minutes, and then you're going to however you need to get it into those cupcake tins, you're going to do what you have to do to get it into the cupcake tins. You can spoon it in there. You can, I pour mine into a smaller measuring cup, and then I pour mine in from there. That's how I do it. So right now I'm just going to mix this all together. So what I did was I poured my mixture from that great big mixing bowl into this because it's more manageable, and I'm just going to pour some into each cupcake tin. Want to bake these in the oven for 25 minutes. Our cupcakes have been, they've baked and I laid them out. I put the 3 that I sprayed over here. And so now Kevin is going to do
The sciencey bit.
The science bit next. Because this has to sit in the refrigerator for
15 minutes or so?
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this before we do the frosting part.
Yeah, it says at least 15 minutes before you use it. So.
Right.
All right, so you've got 3 mixes. You've got a calcium mix, it says calcium mix. You've got the orange bubble mix, and you've got the green bubble mix. So that's the 3 packets you have. So in a bowl, and this is just the bowl I have, you want 300 milliliters of water, and you're going to add your calcium mix to that, and you're just going to stir it until it's dissolved. And I don't think this one's going to be too bad. Okay, so that's fully dissolved. So now I've got 2 glasses that I'm going to do each color in. And then I've got basically 5 tablespoons of water. It's a little less, it's like 4.7 tablespoons. And it was supposed to be 70 milliliters. I don't have anything that goes down to 70 milliliters. The smallest thing I had was 100. So we transferred or converted it over to tablespoons. That's what we have. You're really supposed to, it says to use a hand mixer, like one of those immersion mixers, the ones that are tall and skinny and have the little blender like thing at the bottom. You can, you know, mix things up. We don't own one of those either. So they said if you don't have one of those, basically start with the powder in the bottom. So I'm going to start with the orange, and I'm just going to pour it into this cup. Let me see if I can get over closer to me.
It also said to use beakers.
Yeah, or jugs or container, just anything that's just a container of some kind. And I'm going to add a little bit of water at a time and stir it up. And it's what you want to ultimately get to is where it's fully dissolved. So it's going to kind of make a thick paste at first. Basically just keep the clumps out of it. So here's the orange. It's about as dissolved as I can possibly get it. I don't see any clumps in there. So I'm going to basically do the same thing with the green. I'm just going to pour the powder in here and then slowly add water until it's fully dissolved. It has the texture or consistency of like a gelatin, like a jello almost. Both mixed, so I'm going to put both of these in my bowl in the refrigerator. They're supposed to sit for 15 minutes. While those are sitting for 15 minutes, we'll make the frosting for the cupcakes.
You're going to put those and the bowl.
Everything
not in the bowl.
No, everything has to go in the refrigerator separately for 15 minutes.
Okay, so now we're going to make the frosting, and we're a little confused about the frosting. You need, it says on the back and in the pamphlet, it says you need 65 grams of soft butter, you need milk as required, and you need 440 milliliters of chilled water. We have the 440 milliliters of chilled water here. This is your mix right here. So the directions say, for the buttercream icing, beat the butter until soft by hand or using an electric mixer, then gradually add the buttercream mix and beat until the buttercream is light and fluffy. Take care using the electric mixer. Add small amounts of milk. If a smoother, lighter buttercream is preferred, spread the buttercream evenly over the 12 cupcakes. Never in those instructions did it mention the water. And that is a lot of water. And normally we would not use all that water to make buttercream icing, so I don't know why they're saying you need water. So we are just going to start off with the butter. And
it also doesn't look like enough butter to make that much frosting, so
right.
We'll have to see.
So we're just going to have to kind of wing it. So we're going to get this on the mixer, and we're gonna mix this. But then I'm going to gradually add the buttercream icing mix while this is going. I'm gonna add a little bit of water right now. Just that much, just a touch, and we'll see what happens. To me, that's a terrific texture right there without adding any, because it's not supposed to be a glaze. If it was a glaze, then you know it would be thinner. But this is actually a frosting. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna add any milk or any more water. And you can see how much water I have left. So I'm not gonna add any of that, and I'm just gonna start frosting my cupcakes. So what I did was I took the frosting out of the bowl and I put it in a Ziploc baggie, and I'm just gonna snip off the end. I'm thinking this will be a lot quicker than to try to spoon this on.
Okay, now for the fun part. So it's been 15 minutes. This is the calcium solution. This is my bubbles. So you get your little pipette. Basically, it's just a little, like a syringe. So you're gonna squeeze it first, stick it in the liquid, let go, and it'll suck up some of the liquid in there, and then we're gonna drop it into the calcium solution. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna do the orange first. Stick it in there, let it suck up in there, and then you're gonna drop. Once I get done doing this, you can use all your liquid, or you can just make as much as you want before you serve it. But this has to go in the refrigerator for this bowl with the little bubbles. It has to go in the refrigerator for 10 minutes, and then once it's been in the refrigerator for 10 minutes, I'll be back. All right, so I've had these in the refrigerator for 10 minutes. If you were done making everything you want, you could just dump these directly into the sieve or the little strainer. Since I may make more, I'm just gonna use this ladle to scoop them out. So here's my sieve over here and a bowl just to catch the liquids that I got, and I picked up not one bowl. It's like a comedy. They tend to float out of the way. So anyway, you're gonna sieve all these out, you're gonna rinse them with cold water, and then you're going to dry them on a paper towel. I am going to, when I get done with this, any water I have remaining in this bowl, I can just put it back in this bigger bowl and just make more if I want. So I'm going to continue this, and I'll be back when after I've rinsed them all.
Okay, you're back to me now. We're just going to pat these just a little bit. Don't squash them. Just pat them dry a little bit. You want to get some of that water off. But then you see they stuck to the other side of this paper towel. So now you just
don't want a watery cupcake.
Yeah, you don't want a watery cupcake, exactly. So now you want to, I'm going to take one that we did not spray the liner and one that we did spray the liner. And now you just decorate your cupcakes. So I'm just going to take some and put it right on top. They look like fish
caviar.
eggs. Yeah, caviar.
They smell good though.
And I'm going to put some on the other one.
They did turn in little balls too.
Oh yeah, it worked. So now we will take it and over to the table and give it a try. Okay, so the box says that the flavors of the little bubbles are apricot and apple. So you have just a vanilla flavor cupcake with apricot and apple flavor bubbles. And they are located, Dr. Oetker, it says on the box they're in Leeds, but they're also in Dublin. It says like 176 calories at prepared. Prepared is 325, which is normal for these cupcakes.
And you'd have to measure it all out and everything.
So
too.
one of mine has been sprayed, Kevin has not. So this is why I wanted to show you.
I flatten my little balls out so they'd be all stuck in there.
This is how easy it comes off when you spray it.
Yeah, mine's not stuck.
Yeah, and so, yeah, you'll see that it's worth it just to spray them. So here's Kevin's paper. And if you don't mind that, that's fine. But I don't think it's a bad thing to spray it. Okay, here we go.
These are thin cupcakes.
I have to say too, the mixes from the UK are very, very, very thick.
Yeah, dense.
I mean, they're thick. These,
That almost
yes.
reminds me of cornbread.
Yes. Yes, our cornbread is very dense like this is, but I really do like that flavor.
Yeah.
I think it's very sweet.
Did you get just the little bubbles?
Mm-mm.
I ate the two that were on the plate.
I taste it though.
They have a little mushy texture to them. They're a little rubbery.
I like how you did yours.
What?
Kevin pushed his
I kind of
down.
flattened mine down.
He flattened his down into his, so that I guess so they wouldn't fall off.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
But I like the look of that. I think this is a very, very good cupcake.
It is. It's like I said, it reminds me. Even the flavor of the cupcake itself reminds me of a cornbread, which is cornmeal.
Right. It's not fluffy like our cake with a lot of air in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a denser cake, but
And they're crisp. They're dense and kind of got a crispiness around the top.
yes, but I think it's delicious.
They're very good.
I really do.
The bubble things do add some flavor to it.
Yes,
But
not enough.
not a ton.
Yeah, so if you're worried about the apricot or the apple like ruining the flavor of the cupcake,
No,
it's
it
not
doesn't.
going to at
No.
all. It's not going to get in the
No,
way.
and it'd be fun. I think kids, once you would have to do all the prep work, and then you'd have to let them take it out, and you could let them put the drops in the bowl. You could let them like rinse them off in the sieve or whatever.
Right.
So yeah, depending on how old they were, of course.
Right.
But I think kids would have fun with that, seeing them form this liquid in
Yes.
these little balls. I think that's cool.
Yeah, this is something that, yeah, you would, and this is a teaching moment for kids because it explains in the paperwork
Yeah, how it's formed and why it works. and
why
stuff
it
like
works
that.
the way it works.
We didn't
yes.
go through all that, but
Yeah.
it does say.
Right, so I think this is a teaching moment, especially now when a lot of parents are homeschooling.
That's exactly if you're homeschooling,
Yeah.
that'd be a good chemistry experiment.
Yes, when you're homeschooling or you're home now just because of everything going on, I think this would be cool to do with your kids. And Eleanor also sent us the crazy color changing icing. So we're going to be doing that mix as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this one and you'll watch that one too. So thank you again to Eleanor and thanks for watching.